Oh, hi guys. So, what a trip I just did. It'd been a perfect, well, it was a little bit longer than normal, but it would have been a perfect video for load-wise to show you guys. So here comes the cat. If I had like a multi-camera setup, I did a 4-stopper, floor loaded, 3,000 boxes where they weighed between 10 to like 15 pounds. Some of them are smaller, but most of them were in like the 10-pound range. Even got battle scars. Don't know if this is picking up very well. Some bruising. Oh, yeah, bruising on my arm. There's one there and another right there. But picked it up out of where the fuck? Oh, Logan. Pepperidge Farms, and so the 4 stops would have been in Temple, Texas, Laredo, La Feria, I don't know. It's pretty much southeast corner of Texas, like damn near south. Like the only thing really more south of that is Brownstown, which is the only thing really more south of me, and Corpus Christi. This also was a weird load. A lot of firsts on this load for me. A lot of firsts. It was driver assist, by the way. So, like, I was still driver on load, which means I would have done all the work myself, but it was driver assist. I still had help, but I was in the trailer giving them boxes. 3 of the stops were storage units. And when I say storage units, I mean like storage units. Can I help you, cat? And I actually had to drive into the storage units. It wasn't like off the street and I carried shit in. No, that was like I went into the gate, inside the gates. Like the first one, Temple, I nosed in and had to take a left turn in the middle of the storage unit, and then do a back up and do pretty much a 3-point turnaround, make a giant T with like a couple feet to spare on each side. As I was doing that, it was a little interesting. It wasn't too bad though in Temple. It was like mid 70s. If you kick the camera, cat, I'm gonna. Hi. Why you gotta be doing this? Fuck off, mate. And all that dash to walk around, and he walks over the phone. Wish he fucked up the camera, but whatever. That's the best I'm gonna do with it. Which it wasn't so bad though. That first stop, like I said, it was like 7:30 a.m. It was like low to mid 70s, or just starting to get into 70s. And I still had airflow from that one because it was the first stop. So I mean, it was up near the door. But they took, what was it, 700 boxes. This load wasn't very heavy. It was like 23,000 pounds. But that was a fucking workout. But I had 5 people helping there. We got a couple rows in, which seems to be I did a row, meaning like, it was stacked all the way to the ceiling. So about every 30 minutes. And the slowest part of that was each row was the top three rows. So I was working my way down so they go up and down a ladder. Just so I got to like shoulder height, so I just pick it up, pull it down. And that wasn't so bad, but. They had 5 people, and pretty much I rolled down a belt, and they would grab it, or they'd put it in a storage unit, because I guess they were there also loading up their trucks. It was like pretty much pickups and like little trailers behind them. These are like vendors, pretty much. And pretty much what I was doing, I had a rough idea what I was doing, but what I was doing was I was bringing in vendors that go and stock like the chips, for example, at stores, convenience stores, or like Coke and Pepsi, vendors like that. These guys would take them around those stores and stock them up. So I was bringing them their product. So I had a rough idea of what it was due to like a job my mom and her husband at the time had. So I had a rough idea what I was doing or dealing with. But then the second stop, because that one was like 2 hours. They're pretty fast, and they helped me get out. Every single place that storage units specifically, storage units helped guided me out. So they didn't just like unload me and then fend me for myself, because I would have been First one, I could probably got myself out of the very, very first one. The last one, I'd not be able to. Well, I could, but I'd be literally gambling away with a lot of luck. Which, not really my thing. The second stop, Laredo, again, storage unit, really easy one to get in though. Like, it has 2 gates. I go in from the back, go straight through the gate. It's literally straight up. About halfway down, we're unloading. He's got the 200 boxes, same day. These crossed 2 different days, so this one was the same day. It's like 4.5 hours later because of Laredo, to drive. And that one was so bad. That one was actually pretty easy. It was just me and another guy, 200 boxes. Pretty much what I was doing is I would bring them up to the step at the very back of the end of the trailer. He'd check them off, and then he would put them on a pallet and wheel them into the storage unit. All these guys have done it for years, it seems. Like the Laredo guy said he's been doing it for like 8 years? Something like that? 6 years. No, 6 years. It wasn't so bad. Like I said, that one was literally 30 minutes. 30 minutes I was out. Just because 200 boxes, that's like a row and a half. I just busted it out. And then I headed down. I ended up shutting down Zapata. So off, what was that? I think 83 outside Laredo. There's not a lot of places to sleep. I wanted to get to McAllen, I guess is how it's pronounced, it's McAllen, and there was no way. There's just no way. My fortune was done, pretty much. Start next morning at head to La Furia, or La Furia, or Furia, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. It's not very good at Spanish and towns, but that one was interesting. So I pull in there. And by the way, like, I'm supposed to call and make an appointment with these guys, and I did. Like the first 2, no problems, right? They called me back, and fine, whatever. I called the last 2 on the same day. Never anything back, but I told them, hey, I'll be there this time. And I said, call me back if there's any problems, and that's it. So I heard nothing back. So I said, okay, cool, no problems, right? Well, I get there. It's like 06:30. I told them 0700, and nobody's there. It's like, okay, I end up being there for like 5 minutes. Like, I look around, like, there's one light on in the building. And by the way, this one, the service stop, is the closest to an actual real warehouse I got, but it's still like barely. It's more like a gigantic house, but it has but it sort of resembles like a small warehouse, but it is not huge. Like, I actually have a dock door, but it's like ground floor, like it's ground level. There's no like dock plate or nothing within the trailer, like nothing. It's like I'm backing into a garage in a sense, but I don't actually go into it. I just back to the edge of it. It's like, oh, I'm like, hey, I'm here. I don't see anybody. What's going on? Like, oh, you should start. Hey, I was like, why did you call me? He's already called me back, and I'm like, oh, he's literally on the phone saying, I didn't call you back. No, I guess I didn't. Oh, that's my bad for me communication. But props to them. People started showing up about an hour earlier than they said they were going to, and then they started actually unloading quicker because they did kind of screw up. They dropped the ball. As if you don't if I tell them to be at a certain time, and I tell you, hey, let me know if this does not work, and I don't get nothing back, you pretty much confirmed that, hey, this works. But this place was interesting. So you got the warehouse on the right. Well, you got a warehouse here. You got like a little gap where the garage is that you back into, and then you got like another building here. So I'm back between 2 buildings, in between 2 like fence posts, chain link fence, a fence post with a gate. Problem is though, like, I gotta pull into the street and blindside off the street. Fine. That's when it's still dark and you can't see nothing, and there's literally just a black hole back there. It was fun. Then you got the lady that's there, like, watching you, like, doesn't understand anything about trucking, and she's like, doesn't understand why that was so hard. It's like it's blindside, and like the only real mirror I have to use besides getting out looking, which also only helps you for a little feet. Like, you still need some guidance to look at, even when you get out and look. When you get back in the truck, to try to help. So I had to like kind of like stop, back up some more, stop, get out. Every time I stopped, to get out and look, because like I had no guidance. And she's like, when I was, the trailer was in between the posts, and she was like, oh, I got you back. Her idea was guiding me back, was standing behind, like between the trailer lights, trailer behind me, behind the trailer, and the door, so I had no vision on her. That's not guiding, by the way. You need to sit in my. If you can't see my mirrors, I can't see you. I might see your shadow, for example, but when it's dark, I can't. You don't see my mirrors, I don't see you. But that one was, let's see, 700 boxes. No, 830. That one was 830, and that wasn't so bad. That was busted out in what? A little under 2 hours. This one was the most efficient one for unloading. They had 3 people on the back side of the trailer, waiting for boxes. They had a belt in the trailer, so when the boxes would come down the belt, they would grab and put on a pallet. And the way they sort is pretty much all places did this, but they sorted by product number, and they would call it out as they went down the line, and then they would double check and then put it on a pallet. So they kept all the products together, efficient, right? So they had there was 5 people unloading, including I was one of the 5, but another guy was in the trailer with me. Sorry, I got a text about a broken valve in my apartment, whatever. But the guy up there with me, because the slowest part about unloading was going up and down a ladder. So having a guy up there in a trailer with me, so I can, especially as I'm up there grabbing, turn around, give it to him, speeds up so much process, because I don't have to go all the way down the ladder, walk up the trailer, so it cuts half the time off on my end. Plus, it keeps my energy up higher, because going up and down the ladder and then walking on the trailer wasted a lot of energy. It doesn't sound like much. It's a step ladder, not a real ladder. It's like a step ladder, 3-step ladder, 2 steps, whatever. Right? It's just pick up, lift, down, carry, and come back and do the same thing. That's a lot of this, but that wasn't so bad. I did appreciate dude being in the trailer with me, because that was the first time I had a guy in the trailer. I didn't care so much about the sex stuff. It's only 200 boxes, but the third stop was in Corpus Christi off an expressway, another storage unit. Really simple storage unit to get into, just literally one giant row. Or actually, you could pretty much fit 2 semis side by side in there, meaning, like this. The problem is, though, that's also the way out. But we get in there, or I get in there, I'm pulling alongside the building, so it's like hanging up without, running into shit. This one, so between the first two stops from the day before, it was 4.5 hours of rest. This one only had 2 hours. I just unloaded 830 boxes. Granted, I had help, but I'm still doing pretty much all the work too. Actually, I think I'm doing the hardest work, because I'm the one unstacking everything. And they're just grabbing off. They have the easiest range of motions, because lifting down is part easier, lifting up and then down. But I only had 2 hours rest. Not enough recovery time. Right? Definitely not. This one, granted, it was only about a half hour longer, even though I had less boxes, but this one took me about 2.5 hours. 2 people though. That was part of the issue. I think if I had more help, that would have been the issue. Plus, it was mid-80s in Corpus Christi, back of the trailer, so I'm in the front, the dry van. So where now I have no airflow. I have nothing. Just direct sunlight beating down on me, where I started getting drained much faster. But like I said, I pretty much busted a row out every 30 minutes, and I got the first 2 rows done. I was like, okay, I need a breather, I need a drink, check my fluids, I'm back to it. And that break was less than 5 minutes. I was like, I just need a drink. It's dying. Yeah, it was very hot in that trailer and very humid. And with no airflow, it's like a sauna. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And I was feeling it. I'm still feeling it. I'm sore, especially in the back area, because it's a lot, especially up and down the ladder and twisting. It's a lot of the same motion. And I haven't worked those muscles like that forever. I think the last time I did that was 6 years. Tell you what, if you want to lose some weight and be a trucker, go do some fucking food service loads. There's a reason why you don't really see big boys doing food service. They were telling me stories about they had one driver come up, and with the first row, he had to lay down on the trail I need a break. It's it's some work. It's some cardio. And not really heavy lifting, but even 5 5 pounds can be heavy if you do it long enough and straight up, well, long enough without stopping. That 5 pounds can just start getting to you. I'm not exactly a big boy either, so. But it wasn't so bad. It didn't pay exactly great. I mean, this truck's probably the issue, right? This truck is some of the issue. Now, for every box I unloaded, this probably could have left. They gave me 10 cents per box too on top of what it made. So it was like, I don't know, I should maybe double that, maybe 25 cents. Because 3,000 boxes is only 300 bucks. I mean, that's, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Would I do it again? Maybe. Oh, I never told you I got out last stop. So last stop, I have no vision of traffic at all, like access to the street, nothing. And I gotta come back out the way I came in. Luckily, the guy that's been doing the last stop has done it for like 9 years, so he has plenty of experience getting the trucks in and then out. Getting is the easiest part. Like, yeah, it's I don't know, the entry is like 10 feet. We're 8 feet wide. It's a little closed, not a lot of room to really, you have to come in pretty straight and back out pretty straight, right? But the way you get out is you pretty much you're backing straight up onto the street. Well, yeah, I had no vision, period, until I was turning with the direction of traffic, meaning I was pretty much pulling out and going up. And when I say pulling out, I mean the trailer's already blocking the street, so I still have no vision of them because I'm still kind of like this with the traffic. The trailer's still kind of blindsiding me. So it's not until I start pulling into the direction the traffic's going that I'm able to see cars, But he went out there about forcing cars to stop, but like when there was a light, he would take advantage of the light and start getting me out there, and it was pretty fast. So then we backed me all the way up to the street edge. And I said, okay, so when I'm on the street edge, let's get me out there. He was very communicative. He's like, hey, I'll guide you out like this, one hand, but when I go 2 hands, that means time to roll it, time to get going, because that means, hey, there's an opening, let's take advantage of it. Which, whatever, that's it's pretty good to be communicative when you're dealing with big trucks, so it should be on the same page. It's really easy to fuck things up out here. But I mean, wasn't bad. I'm getting ready to pick up at Katy, Texas, at Igloo, going to Walmart in Utah. Supposedly the shipper slipped. Supposedly. Don't know. Never been there. I hope it's not, because it picks up at 4 p.m. I've been up all day. It's only like almost 1:30, or so 13:30. I'm hoping to get 2 or 3 hours of driving before I sleep, but who knows? Oh, by the way, guys, it's starting to fill in slowly. I don't know if it'll fill in. I'm trying. When I was at home in August, August, pretty much all of August, I started taking some beard vitamins. Technically, it's just, you don't need to take them beard vitamins. It's just a grouping of vitamins to help hair growth. So, obviously, I have no problem growing here and here, right? But here's where I've always struggled, and I've noticed results. So I'm probably gonna take those again when I go home and take them more long term, because it gave it a head start. The problem with I was having was it was coming in patches, but I'm pretty sure some of you have noticed it if you guys are paying attention to the videos. So I don't know. I'd like to have a full beard connection. Well, connecting that's not growing in patches, that'd be great, especially in the winter. It's like, I don't really wear a lot of layers in the winter. But would I do this load again? I have no idea. Maybe for a couple months in the winter, because it gets shipped every week. Would I do it every week? Probably not. Would I do it maybe once a month? Probably. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't bad money considering it's contract freight. It wasn't horrible. It pays a pretty decent chunk. Now it is 2,000 miles overall though, so that's also a downside. It kills a good portion of my week. So it depends on my hours count. I was able to get a reset in and still get it delivered on time. Still got 2 loads that week, which still put me slightly over 6,000 gross that week for 2 loads. which isn't horrible, but this truck, I'm looking forward to getting out of this truck. I do know the Volvo specs, but I will not be sharing them until I'm in the Volvo. Because of the obvious, that's part of the Volvo content. For this truck, I'm looking forward to having a fucking bunk heater, an APU, all the stuff that spoils us drivers that I don't have in this truck. And when it's 84 degrees and you're having to idle because you have no way of staying cool otherwise, and it's still like mid-60s at night, which is, well, a little warm for me. Yeah, kind of blows. But anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye!